You were supposed to be here like an hour ago. I called you like 10 times.
I didn't have any reception. I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Where were you?
I don't want to talk about it.
Were you mugged?
No, I told you everything's fine.
You commit some sort of felony on the way here? Perhaps you killed a homeless person. Maybe you robbed a bank. Or did you just have bad taco shits?
Keep your voice down.
About what, dear sister? The fact you were in a bathroom for over an hour?
Okay, I'll just tell you. I was on my way over and I realized that I had to, go. But when I got there, there was another girl there, so I did what I normally do, and I grabbed a stall and waited for my privacy. Now, I was there, patiently waiting, and this girl was taking forever. So, I started to tap my foot.
Ah, the Fred Astaire.
No, the Fred Astaire is when you tap your foot to let the person know that the stall is occupied. I was tapping my foot to let her know that it was time to go. It's called the Ginger Rogers. It's just like the Fred Astaire, except backwards and in heels. Thankfully, it worked, and she was gone. And I was alone, and just as I was about to go, another girl walks in. And that was when I realized that I had chosen the worst possible place to be discreet in. It was like a demonic echo chamber. It just broadcasted your every embarrassing movement. And if that wasn't bad enough, what happened next certainly was. It was like somebody dropped a garbage bag filled with pudding off of a skyscraper, like wet dog food being sprayed out of a fire hose. It was like...
I thank you. I know what pooping sounds like.
Wow. That girl must have thought she was alone, because when I gagged, she hightailed it out of there quick. And then I was finally alone again. Until she walked in.
Who?
I never saw her face. Just her shoes as she walked down the hall and into the stall. So there we were. We sat for 15 minutes in absolute silence.
Are you shitting me?
I shit you not. 15 minutes and not a sound came out of that stall. What was I supposed to do? Excuse me, could you leave so I could do my business?
Or you could just poop like a normal person, instead of engaging in what can only be called a Mexican poop-off.
Hey, I was there first, okay? I had waited fair and square. I wasn't gonna be pushed around by some bitch in Payless Mary Janes.
So what did you do?
Finally, I couldn't hold it anymore. I had been there for 45 minutes. So I just bit the bullet and went. Now, every girl has her ways of, covering up the noise of...
Dropping a deuce?
Right. Some girls like to put the toilet paper on the top of the water to catch or stop the splash. Others will try to camouflage the sound with a cough or a sneeze. But the most popular technique is the flush and go. That's when you...
Use the sound of the flush to muffle...
Precisely. Now, with the acoustics in that room, I was sure that I could set off an air horn and nobody was going to hear it over the sound of swirling water. But then I remembered. Our building recently installed those low-flow toilets. Yeah, the flush only lasted a couple of seconds. I only got halfway through. Shut up. The worst part about it was you had to wait a whole 2 minutes until you could flush again. So there I was, waiting, desperately waiting for my next flush, when I got an idea. So, I finished, washed my hands, and got the heck out of there so that poor girl could go.
Here's something I don't understand. If girls want to be alone when they go to the bathroom, why is it you all always travel in groups?
Girls don't actually go to the bathroom when they go to the bathroom.
Of course not. Of course not. That would be too normal. Do you suppose that she's still in there?
She might be. She sat there all that time, quiet as a mouse. She didn't make a peep.
Security! Excuse me, ma'am. Hello, we're closing for the evening. And if you don't answer me, I'm gonna have to come in there. Okay. Jimmy, looks like another hooker OD'd in the bathroom again.